methods that could result in the loss of more innocent life.
ABC's James Longman is in Moscow, where he says economic sanctions have been having an impact.
The dangerous truth of this war is that it's not just an existential crisis for Ukraine, but for Vladimir Putin himself. The route he has chosen, this invasion, means failure is not an option. And so the consequences for this country are dire too.
Ukraine's ambassador to the U.S. tells senators her country needs more weapons. This is ABC News. The party is back in New Orleans. ABC's Janae Norman is there at Mardi Gras.
This is a 180 from this time last year when dangerously high COVID rates prompted the mayor of New Orleans to cancel the parade, a huge economic blow for the city. Local officials say hotels last weekend were about 70 to 80% full. That is good news here in the Big Easy, but a far cry from 2019's record-breaking year when an estimated 19 million tourists generated about $10 billion.
Jury selection continuing today in the first trial connected to the January 6th riot. If it finishes in time, we could get opening statements before the day is over. Guy Reffitt facing charges of taking a gun to the Capitol and threatening his own teenage children if they turned him in. There may be millions of dollars worth of cars on the bottom of the Atlantic. A cargo ship carrying up to 4,000 vehicles that caught fire nearly 2 weeks ago sank today off the coast of Portugal. It was headed from Germany to the U.S. Rena Roy, ABC News.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
The Smart 25 pilot project uses ramp meter signals to try to reduce congestion and improve travel times on I-25 northbound between Ridgegate Parkway and University Boulevard. CDOT's Tamara Rollison says the new ramp meters are more sophisticated than the ones they have been using.
They're basically manually operated, and they turn on during known rush hour times. What we have with Smart 25 is a little more sophisticated, and they will operate based on real-time traffic conditions.
Additional ramp meter signals on the southbound I-225, eastbound C-470, and westbound E-470 ramps to northbound I-25 are scheduled to be activated this week. Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser is suing 15 companies tied to firefighting foam, which contains toxic chemicals. The legal action was filed yesterday. Weiser says the foam contains what he calls forever chemicals, which may be associated with serious diseases.
What up, Tool Slayer? How you doing this morning?
The latest, I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by...
Hey, Fat Albert voice. Right.
Into the construction through the ditch. Westbound 70 busy between Quebec and Vasquez.
Some assholes texting me the show. Some bullshit stuff, not even relevant. So look, I did it. First look up the number. I went out to the app.
Fox 31 pinpoint
I
weather.
said, hello,
Sunshine for a couple more days.
Oh my goodness. And then I said, house on sober husband. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Totally dead in its tracks. Because they thought they had anonymity.
Right now it's 55.
Right.
Impact traffic and weather. It was Richie, 6:30. KHOW.
Yeah. It was like, hey, how
There's something more contemporary.
He knows my
My
husband.
Dance like a dad. Learn more at fatherhood.com. Sponsored by the Ad Council.
Dance like a dad.
When my listeners need advice on mortgages, I call Ideal Home Loan, making it possible for you to own instead of renting or refinance. Fix up the home you have with their 2-year interest rate guarantee. Financing free of charge, or their pre-approval, which gives you the strength strength of a tangible buyer. At Ideal, first they listen, then they lend. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Welcome to the Casa
Oh my, is that hot?
No, don't touch
It's
it.
covering a hole in your wall.
Yeah, I had leaks, but the plumber who repipe doesn't do
So
drywall.
now this is, I gotta set up this fucking date, always is off 3 months.
Got leaks?
It's March
Repipe
1st.
specialists will repipe your house in 1 or 2
10.
days and offer to fix the drywall. Call 303-228-2910 for a free in-home estimate.
10.
Pay nothing.
Oh, wait,
and no
yeah,
charges for a year. That's 303-228-2910 or visit repipe.com. It's the Dan Kaplan Show. Afternoons 4 to 6. With his presidency and all-out collapse in the polls and his weakness empowering the
What the hell is he gonna say in the State of
What do you
the
want to hear from Joe Biden?
What will he say?
The Union address and
Um,
in Europe cut off all energy.
I have no idea. I don't know what he can say. There won't be some sort of a convolution or some sort of a misrepresentation of what's real. I don't know.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630
KHOW.
Hey, I'm Tom. Welcome to the show. This is the only show of its kind anywhere, and I'm so proud to do it. I thank you for letting me do it for 40 years. Woo! 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, recovering millions of dollars in cash merchandise exchanges, refunds, and services. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Free market valuations of your home for the asking. 303-920-1622. Frank is above all one of the finest real estate people I know. He can list your home. No obligation, though, if you want a valuation based on the market, what it will sell for. He'll do that analysis for you with photos, measurements, and comparables free of charge. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Candace, what's happening in your life? I'm Tom. How can we help you? I hope we can.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
So we have an ex-employee who is intending on purchasing one of our vans, and we're signing the title over to him, but there isn't a lot of information that I could find on the internet to tell me how I know that he has completed his end of the deal to make sure that.
Well, all you have to, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is complete your end of the deal. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say this based on past experience on this show from our attorneys. I'm not giving, I'm just telling you what we've encountered. Here's what we encountered. First of all, if you can sell that car with an actual bill of sale and a transfer of title, you can take a picture of that. And that's it. Okay. Now, once you do that, you take the plates off. Do not allow them to take the plates. They do not need the plates. And if they tell you they need the plates in order to get a plate, not true. In Colorado, you can actually drive away with your own with no plate, with a bill of sale and a transfer certificate, and it is legal. Now, if you want to find out more about that, I mean, I can actually get you the specifics, but let them do the homework on that. They can get their own, okay?
Okay.
Now,
that's great.
So that's it. You're done. You uninsure it, and you're done. Now, you tell him, now, you know, that it's done. This is done. This is a legal document. Now, I want you to have more than just the bill of sale and the transfer of title, because there is something else that, but that's enough. But there's something that makes it even more, I'm looking for it right here. Yeah, something that makes it even more safe, and I'm going to look for it, and I'm going to try to find it and tell you what the name of the form is. And that is, hold on, we're in second here. Okay, now, plates not needed immediately after private sale. Here it is. When you sell a car, Colorado allows you to drive it, when you want the new buyer to drive it for a period of 36 business hours. To take it and get it registered. Now, that's business hours. Now, you click here to find out. So I'm going to click there and I'll get the, it's called a statement. Hold on, right here. Statement. Okay, here's what I want you to look up. On dmv.colorado.gov, okay? Once you get to that site, look up a statement of transfer. Now, I'm going to give you the number of that form, okay?
Okay.
Now, let me see. I got to read it. I have it here. Okay, the statement of transfer is DR 2445.
Great.
Okay? Now, that will help you. Now, that's in lieu of a notarized statement, and it's for the driver to drive away and not get a ticket. And you just fill that out, transfer the title, but make sure you have payment, because once you do all of this, there's no going back. You can't say, oh, payment was not good. And by the way, don't take a cashier. Well, this is an employee or for somebody you know, a former employee. But cashier's checks can be forged very easily. I would only take a wire transfer or a check at their place of business, at their bank, where you can immediately transfer it to a counter check and take it away.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much for this information. It's very helpful.
All right, Candace. Thank you. 303-713-TALK. Any information you need help, or you just want to bitch and moan and you want to gripe and you want to get something off your chest, let's do it. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Jessica, welcome to the show. What's going on?
Hello, Tom.
Hi, what's going on with you?
So I'm calling because there is a Walmart, it's not a super Walmart, right by where I live, and it's on Hampden and Peoria.
Hampden and Peoria, okay.
Hampden and Colfax.
Okay.
Not a great area, whatever. Okay, so I've been in there a couple of times. Each time I've been in there, it was freezing.
Wow, like they don't use the heat? Freezing?
The heat, no, freezing, like where you don't even want to shop in there. So I had spoke with one of the employees and asked him and said, why is it so cold in here? She said, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. We don't have any heat. The heat's broke. And I said, okay. So I spoke with the manager and asked the manager what was going on. The manager said, we've been without heat for quite some time.
That's weird. I mean, that is totally weird, especially for a company like Walmart. Do you have the store number or just the location?
Just the location. It's Hampden and Colfax.
Hampden and, okay.
And I said, okay, well, I'm going to call corporate because this is inhumane for these people to be working like this. And
it was that cold? I mean, this was during the cold snap, right?
Yes. And it was literally freezing. We were in there and we were freezing. And I said, I can't. It's
got to affect business, and I'm sure it has something to do with the supply chain issues and getting parts for their big heaters. Who knows, right?
And they did have the parts. When I called corporate and I asked them what was going on, corporate said they were going to take care of it. I went in there yesterday. I hadn't been in there since then. Went in yesterday. I asked them if they got the heat fixed. No. They said the parts are still laying there and we're still without heat. And this has been a month.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
We need to look into that. I mean, really, we do. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
And it's inhumane. And a lot of these people that work there, they are, a lot of them, they don't really speak good English. They're afraid to lose their job. They have to have a job. So they feel like if we say anything, we're going to lose our job. This is their only source of income. So it makes me really upset that you have these people working under these conditions. It's freezing. If the heat doesn't work, close the store until you get the situation fixed.
Thank goodness, by the way, that we've had a reprieve from the cold this week, but it's going back to cold.
But it's still cold. Still cold in there.
You know what? We will put a call in. We'll start with the store, go to corporate. I mean, Walmart's not a schlock organization. There's got to be an explanation. We'll get one. Deputy Dollar, you want to give them a call and see what the heck's going on. Thank you, Jessica. You might want to leave your information for Suze or call back or whatever you want to do to figure out what we do. I'm Tom Martino, inviting any and all of your calls. You can also text the show. Yes, I do read them. The other day I had a few, but they weren't germane to the topics. They were just, nonsense. But if you do want to text, just put Tom at the beginning so I know it's for me and not another host, because we all use this number, 57739. You text 5 57739. That's called the short code, 57739. Put Tom there in the message, and I'll gladly read it, including questions if you have any problems. Or you can call us, of course, 303-713-TALK.
Women's voices need to be heard. Now they can be. Introducing
Hampton and Colfax.
I know.
They run the same way.
These guys are tripping over that.
You're right.
If you have
Yeah.
something to say, a story to tell, or expertise to share
Maybe
with the
see
world, we want to hear from
Havana
you.
and
Apply now to
Colfax.
the first ever Seneca Women Podcast Academy. 10 women will be selected to win the equipment and training to launch their own show on the Seneca Women Podcast Network on iHeart. Learn
Oh,
more
Tom, I was
at
going to tell you that.
senecawomen.com.
Justin Petty.
Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine.
You know, when I do commercials, I love when I have personal experience, and I do with Colorado Pain Care. They've gotten me over my pain. They can get you over your pain as well, because really that's what they do. They work on pain. And, you know, here's the deal. They have hours 7 to 7, multiple locations in the metro area for your convenience, even same-day appointments. And as I said, 7 to 7. They work with all major insurance. Get out of pain. Get the treatments, including physical therapy, invasive, non-invasive, whatever you need, including meds. ColoradoPainCare.com, 303-GOT-PAIN. The Art of Granite. It may as well be called the Art of Countertops. They do more than granite. They do all natural stone, any natural stone, and of course, man-made materials. What I love about it is how they do business, which allows them to price on the phone, because all the materials are passed along to you at wholesale. They charge for fabrication and installation only. Tear out and haul away's free. The bathroom's free when you do the kitchen. So call for your price from none other than theartofgranite.com. That's theartofgranite.com, 303-386-5919.
Upgrade your outdoor space with JRM Enterprises, family-owned since...
Justin Petty, he is a nice guy.
Did you talk to him?
Yeah, on this case from last week, the lady that her Jeep got hit by a...
What's going on with that?
He's reaching out to State Farm, is actually for insurance, trying to negotiate something.
JRMenterprises.net to schedule your service today. Don't wait, their schedule for the year fills up fast. That's JRMenterprises.net.
Here for American Financing. We always talk a lot about the economy, and you and I both know that we're facing uncertain times. But in the meantime, you might be sitting on a lot of equity in your home. I think it's time you talk to some of my personal friends at American Financing. They don't work on commission, and because they know I'm sending you to see them, they're going to work extra hard to find a mortgage, home equity loan, or equity cash-out that's best suiting your financial needs. And they certainly are going to charge you any upfront or hidden fees. You can call them, tell them that I sent you, and I promise you'll get fantastic customer service and a personalized loan program that will prepare
There was a new guy on
economic conditions.
YouTube yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Talk to one of Michael Brown's friends.
I can't recall his name.
The community's that small that no one someone's new.
The verbal community is that small. The verbal community is that small. Half the time, we only know maybe 10 to 20 people that are talking, and we'll have 70, 80, or 100 in the room, but they're not talking.
Actually,
they're just watching.
But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s,
you have an interesting
for something new
name. I don't know how to change that online.
After all, your nose is the body's air filter.
He was interesting.
The first line
If I see him again today, I'll copy it. I save most of the user IDs so that I'll know who's not.
It's more like plumbing. Navage uses power suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped.
G and an H.
And then out the other nostril, flushing out.
Let me tell you what I got.
You can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million.
I got Hellcat, MRMHOA, Tool Slayer, Chris Abbott, Mavis Leonard, Ryan A, Janelle Young, Janelle, Dave Porterhouse, Shark Bay, Jocelyn Wilson, Kevin Matthews, Janelle Young, Blue Betty, AG, Fred Michelle, Marcy Whitman, JMX, John Libby, John Capra, James Capra, Kent Wise, SD, Tool Slayer, John Williams, Joe Masaroma, Jules, of course. That one, AM, well, whoever that guy is, Robert Burnell, News Junkie, Roger Evans, Dave H, Shark Bait, yeah, that's a Shark Bait twice now, Norris Schletter, Joe Marzano, and Ray Morris. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's only about 10 that are really active.
There's only about 10 that are active, that are active every day.
Yes, true.
Yeah, use. I can't hear you. How do you say what your name is? Me? A Masinger Mazer.
You deserve a simple gesture of appreciation
from your credit card
company, and that's why Discover matches all of the cash back you've earned at the
Put that in the room phonetically.
Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303.
713-TALK, 303-713-8255, realcbdthatworks.com for pain, inflammation, anxiety, even a cosmetic line that has anti-inflammatory properties, makes great eye serum. 30% off if you use Tom in the promo code realcbdthatworks.com. That's Panacea Life in Golden. They're distributed nationally, but you can also find them right online here and in Golden and in Park Meadows and also the airport in kiosks, realcbdthatworks.com or Panacea Life Sciences. Hey, listen, as expected, 40%, the majority of our budget goes towards mortgage or rent. No, 35% for rent. Those who pay a mortgage, 40%. So obviously, housing is the number one expense in a household. And of course, what's the second? Come on. We all know. What's the second? Take a guess. Cars, transportation, of course. So the two biggest expenses we have, homes and transportation, cars. The third, we all know. Come on. I'll get to it. Text the show if you'd like. Tom Martino here. You can text it, 57739 Martin. You work at that Walmart, at that or a Walmart. By the way, there is no Walmart. We can't find where they cross Colfax and Hamden. And by the way, thank you. One of the texters told me that. They don't cross. Okay. She's probably talking about Walmart in Havana out there. I don't know, or Havana and Colfax. Anyway, go ahead, Martin. What did you have to say?
Oh, hi. I work at a Walmart, and I'm familiar on how some of these things work. I got to tell you, I work in the one in Broomfield. When they had the bad fire in Superior and Louisville, there was no gas, no heat. Even the hotel I stayed at in Broomfield had no gas for several days.
Why?
Until they turned all the heat on. They just turned everyone off, even like
why?
The Homewood Suites, the Marriott. There was no gas to make heat.
Why?
I have no idea. That's an Excel Energy question. But at one point, we had someone, our store was cold. This was several years ago, and the place was like a meat locker. And I don't know if people know, all the temperatures in the stores are set from the corporate office down in Bentonville. Believe it or not. And I even talked to someone who worked at the Nordstroms in the Flatiron Crossing Mall, and they told me the same thing. The temperature is set in their corporate office.
Oh, come on.
This one person actually filed an OSHA complaint. OSHA did not come and investigate, but they sent like a nasty letter to the store that had to remain posted up by employee areas for 30 days. So I just thought that was amusing, but it's highly unusual for this to go on for something like that.
And Tom, it doesn't make sense to me that they have been without heat for a month.
So, Suze,
yeah.
It doesn't to me either, but you were...
Well, just with sub-zero temperatures, they would have concerns for frozen pipes and everything else last week.
But you were shaking your head
crazy.
Yes when he said it's set according to...
I just know that from Inside Intel, wink, wink.
They really do set according to home office.
Yes, but
That's
it doesn't
ridiculous.
make sense to me that they are without heat.
Yeah. So could they just have it turned down because, is it Bensonville or Bentonville?
Bentonville, Arkansas, I believe.
That would be ridiculous to try to set your temperatures all over the country based on Bentonville. Come on. That's nuts. But anyway, Deputy Dollar is going to look into it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We invite your calls on any and all topics, including, of course, what I'm talking about on budgeting. So mortgage and rent or housing, number 1. Utilities, number 3. Auto, second. So we have shelter, transportation, utilities, and then along with transportation, the other one after utilities. So first and second are mortgage and rent. So you can just call that first, really, housing. Second, the auto loan. Third, utilities. Fourth, auto insurance. You know, that's amazing. So autos really are expensive when you take into consideration the loan itself and then the insurance and then health insurance. And after that, Americans are in love with technology. Cable and internet account. That's hard for me to believe that cable and internet is up there almost with their insurances. And then their mobile phones. Their mobile phones. And so where do you think Denver or Colorado, where do you think we sit with average monthly bills? Average monthly bills in Colorado. I'll let you know that in a minute here, okay? But number 1, I know you know number 1. What's the number 1 state for expensive? You think New York, right? No. California's number 2. Who do you think is the most, what state is the most expensive average monthly nut to crack? New Jersey. New Jersey. Number 2, California. Number 3, Hawaii. I would think that'd be up there, right? Okay, hey, Shirley, what's going on with you? Hello, Shirley.
Hi. I'm trying to find a moving company to move me from Colorado Springs to Oakley, Kansas.
Thank you for calling before you made a mistake, because most companies are ripoffs.
Oh, that's what's scary.
It is, Shirley, but you're lucky. You didn't call the... First of all, I'm going to tell you right off the bat.
I did call. I called and
you didn't hire him
yesterday.
You didn't hire him, though, did you?
I can get out of it, though.
Hold on. Was that company in Florida?
The person I talked to was in Florida.
Yeah,
where the company is from,
it's a ripoff.
I don't know for sure.
It's a ripoff. I'm going to tell you automatically. You're already going to get ripped off already. The person you called in Florida is not a real mover. They're a broker. They're going to take your contract, sell it to anyone. And then that person's going to rip you off and hold your stuff hostage. Then before they deliver it, they're going to rip you off and hold it hostage. Please, Shirley, how do you know you can get out of it? Did you pay any money?
They can't take it out until Thursday.
What? Take it out of where?
My bank account.
Okay, you don't want to hear this. Shirley, I'm going to tell you right.
I know.
No, you don't want to hear what you have to do. You don't even want to hear it, okay? That bank account must be closed. Not transferred, not closed and reopened at the same bank. It must be closed and moved to another bank, not another kind of bank like you can't do a United to a United. You can't go from Vectra to Vectra. Let me explain something to you. Everybody who banks at a bank has what's called a cross-collateralization agreement. If you close that account and open another one, and something comes in on that account, and it will, and in fact, it's not going to wait till Thursday, it's going to come in today or tomorrow, what's going to happen, and I'm telling you this because I want to protect you, when that comes in, and if there's nothing in that account, or if that account is closed, they will go to any other account you have with that banking institution. So where is your account right now, Shirley?
In Federal Credit Union.
Okay, you got to take it out, and you must put it in a bank or another credit union, not Federal, you have to close the account. And Shirley, I swear to God, if you do not, you're going to be calling me this week saying they didn't just take out what you think they took more. And they will. It's not even maybe, it's a certainty. Okay? Now, you filled out a draft, and what makes you think they're going to wait till Thursday?
I haven't filled out anything. I did it over the phone.
Hold on. Did you give them a bank account? Did you give them a bank account?
Yeah.
Did you give them a routing number?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay, it's already done. Call your bank right now. Call me back. Hold it. Shirley, I don't want to talk to you. Call your bank right this minute. Call them right this minute. We will help you get a move the right way. You are in the midst of a ripoff.
That's probably because it takes 2 days to process.
Exactly.
It's coming.
Exactly.
Well, she's going to be ripped.
Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Blindster. I-25 is still crowded.
Yeah, okay, we know you here. You're on the list.
Into the construction through the ditch.